told you there was weird shit going on over at the airbase.
Hello again, Breakdown crew. Oliver here, and welcome back to Episode Breakdown. So, the premiere of Welcome to Derry gave us a taste of the terror, but Episode 2? Whoa! This is where the show digs its claws in deep, delivering some of the most disturbing nightmare fuel I've seen in a long time. We're diving into the aftermath of the Capitol Theater massacre, and let me tell you, the real horror isn't just the demonic baby, it's the town of Derry itself. So grab your nightlights because we are going full spoilers into the nightmares, the conspiracies, and the moment the military decides to weaponize a cosmic evil. Let's break it down. First, let's set the scene. The episode picks up right after that gruesome theater attack. The police find an immense amount of blood, but no bodies because, Pennywise is a messy eater. Under pressure to find a culprit, the Derry police do what Derry does best. They find a scapegoat. Their prime suspect is Hank Grogan, the black projectionist, despite his solid alibi that he was home with his mother.
Are they really gonna try and pin this on you and take you away?
No, baby, no. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Everything's gonna be okay.
Meanwhile, Major Leroy Hanlon and his family, wife Charlotte and son Will, are trying to settle into this very weird town. Leroy is still haunted by that mass attack on the base, and his son Will immediately becomes a target for school bullies. And the survivors of the theater, Lily and Ronnie, are just trying to cope with the unimaginable trauma. The pieces are all on the board, and Pennywise is ready to play. And play he does. This episode features two of the most effective and personalized nightmares I've seen straight from the mind of Stephen King. First, Ronnie's nightmare. She's hiding under her bedsheets from her family arguing when her bed suddenly transforms into a giant pulsing womb-like sac. It fills with fluid, threatening to drown her. She claws her way out only to be confronted by the figure of her deceased mother, who died giving birth to her. This maternal figure monstrously blamed her for her death and for the doom of her father Hank. As the figure decays into a skeleton, Ronnie is pulled back towards a tooth-filled C-section wound by a monstrous umbilical cord. And just before she's consumed, she sees them, the yellow eyes of Pennywise glaring from the darkness within. She only saves herself by biting through the cord. It's a visceral body horror sequence that ties her deepest fears directly to it. And this leads us to one of the episode's strongest themes, the utter failure and complicity of Derry's adults. Police Chief Clint Bowers, yes, that Bowers' grandfather, is pressured by town councilmen who flat out say, "This ain't America, this is Derry."
I'm not doing everything I can to place him there that night. I've got no evidence, and he's got an alibi. This is America.
This ain't America. This is Derry. Do your job. Or come next election, we'll find somebody else who will.
So he coerces a terrified Lily by threatening her with Juniper, getting her to say she can't be absolutely positively certain Hank wasn't at the theater. It's a legal loophole he uses to arrest an innocent man, and it shatters Ronnie and Lily's friendship.
What did you tell them? What did you say? I didn't. He tricked me. I didn't know what to do. What'd you say? What did you do, Lily Bainbridge?
Then we have Lily's horror. Feeling guilty after being pressured by the police, she's at the grocery store when it turns into a funhouse of terror. Aisle shift, the loudspeaker taunts her, and then she finds the pickle aisle. Remember the rumor that her father was chopped up and distributed in pickle jars? Well, she sees his preserved, rotting face staring back at her from the glass. The jars smash and his body parts reassemble into an octopus-like creature that slithers towards her, begging for a kiss for Papa.
Just one kiss.
When the vision clears, all the other shoppers see is a mentally unstable girl who was smashed a single jar. This leads her to being recommitted to Juniper Hill Asylum. It's absolutely devastating. And Charlotte Hanlon gets a brutal introduction to this town's culture. She witnesses a group of boys brutally beating another child in public, and she's horrified when the friendly butcher Stan Kirsch and other adults just dismiss it with a casual "boys will be boys." Her attempt to intervene only earns her scandalized glares. In Derry, violence is normal, but empathy is shocking.
You cocked that gun less than a second, and I've seen trained Korean officers take longer than that. Masters, I don't know what you're doing here, But you sure as hell weren't in my room the other night.
Now for the game-changing twist, Operation Precept. Major Hanlon confronts his superior General Shaw with proof that the racist Sergeant Masters couldn't have been his attacker, and Shaw drops a bombshell. The assault was a test. He'd heard a rumor about Leroy. A combat injury in Korea damaged his amygdala, rendering him a man without fear. And Shaw wants to use that. He recruits Leroy for Operation Precept, a clandestine Cold War mission to find a buried weapon in Derry that can generate debilitating fear, literally scaring a person to death.
You're building a weapon?
We're looking for one. Something that was buried in Derry a long time ago. Something that you, Major, are uniquely qualified to help us retrieve. This weapon, it generates debilitating fear in anyone who comes near it. In theory, it could scare a man badly enough to kill him where he stands.
Their goal is to locate, secure, and weaponize Pennywise against the Soviet Union. And who is guiding them? None other than Dick Hallorann from The Shining, using his psychic shining ability to locate beacons leading to the entity. The episode ends with their first big find. They excavate a 1930s-era car riddled with bullet holes and filled with skeletons, a likely reference to the Bradley gang from the novel. As they look upon this horrific artifact, Hallorann ominously states, "We're close."
I told you. We're close.
Chills, absolute chills. This episode is also a treasure trove for Stephen King fans. The inclusion of Dick Hallorann is huge, directly tying this series to The Shining and the wider King multiverse. The new opening credits are packed with Easter eggs, a girl peering into a sewer grate for Georgie, the house on Neibolt Street, and a flaming Easter bunny for the Ironworks explosion. Charlotte even walks past the under-construction Paul Bunyan statue. It's a fan's delight. So what's the verdict? This episode is a massive step up, delivering more effective, disturbing horror and grounding it in the tangible dread of a complicit society. The military conspiracy is a wild, game-changing twist that raises the stakes immensely. It makes you wonder, who is more dangerous, the ancient, fear-eating entity or the men who think they can control it? But I want to hear from you. What did you think of those nightmare sequences? Is Operation Precept a brilliant addition or a step too far? And how terrified are you for what they're going to dig up next? Let me know all your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the darkness of Derry, smash that like button and subscribe to Episode Breakdown for more spoiler-filled analysis. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, you float down here too.